Now we need some pages for our journal, and I thought I'd start off by using some of the pages that I found laying around in my room before going and getting any of the others. So just start off with some larger pieces. That can be, I'll be able to use that. That and that, yep, they're fine. Do I want blues? I might keep it fairly neutral, so we might not use the blues. I don't mind the blue graph paper, so we can start with those. That's just too white. Now, what's the size we need, though? It's quite wide, isn't it? Never even thought about the size. It is, we will need about 5 1/4 to 5 1/2. Let me get a bit of paper here. Okay. Width 5 1/4 to 5 1/2 at the widest, and the height will be approximately 7 1/4 to 7 1/2 at the most. At the most. Okay. So I don't want anything bigger than that. So the width can be about 10 1/2, I guess. I could use my thing for this. Use this. Sorry for that. I'm only approximating. Kind of don't want it much bigger than that, so I can do anything under that. So I can go here. Where's my measurements gone? Where's my measurements? Oh, okay. Take that one over there. Got to have a couple of larger ones as well. Like that. Now the height, that could get folded up if it's too big. So the height needs to be no bigger than 7 1/2. Okay. I like to use that end, so we'll take that there. Oh, I don't know what, no, probably gone that way, so I'll take it off this way. Okay. Oh, actually, I'll leave a couple long just so that I can fold them up as well. Width. There. Let's try that. That might only be one signature. That, I don't know how many pages are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so I'll just start folding. I was going to maybe leave a couple that were, so I can fold them up like that. Let's have a look. Just sort of stagger them a little bit to give some interest. Like that. Like that. It's too similar. Put that in there, that one, and go like that, and that one can go there in the middle, that. Probably still put a bit more in there. That one, maybe like that. It's a little bit too rough there, so I might just do that. I may trim it. Maybe put that in there like that. Okay, where's my, and that will be perhaps one signature. And they, although it doesn't look very big now, that's got 30 pages front and back in it. If I have 3 of those in here, that's a 90-page journal. But it depends how much you decorate them, because the more you decorate them, the thicker it all gets. So I'm going to go ahead and find some more pages and do another signature the same way I did that. It won't be in the same order. I just want it haphazardly done. I could also put pockets on here as well. So I'll be back once I've done that. And all of these I can use throughout the journal to decorate tags. Always keep them. Very handy. Great for taking notes on as well. But make sure you keep what you need. You don't have to keep everything, but they do come in handy. They really do. I can pop those there, and I'll put it in my little handy dandy scrap folder. Keep a, I can't remember what I called it now, but in this. Here we go, and it keeps them where I know where they are, and I can just have that on my desk. And because it has a designated place, I know that's where my scraps are. So that can, it's interesting, I'm keeping it. So I'll be back when I've done another 1 or 2 signatures for that. Okay, I'm back, and I've done, there's 3 signatures there. I only had one of those old envelopes. I only had one of those, so I've put that signature in the middle. The other 2 will have something else, I'm sure, along the way. I just wanted to show you, I write down the approximate largest size of the pages that I want to make, so I know. Then I always write down how many signatures, how many pages it's going to have. And I always put approximately, because I may add pages as I make it. I may take some away. And then the completed size of the journal. I always have something like this when I'm making a journal, and I hang it up next to me so I don't lose it. I've got these little, I've got these little clips, and I just hang those on a metal, just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. The dog barks at anything. Okay, so I have that information hanging next to me on a wire rack. Hopefully it doesn't get lost. I have to remember to put it down there, put it up there after I've written the information on it. It always keeps me, like, knowing what I'm doing. So there's our 3 signatures, and that will fill up nicely. I don't know how I'm going to attach them. I may attach them to a separate piece and glue that in here, or I may attach it to the spine there. I usually like to do a hollow spine, which is attaching it to a separate piece and then attaching that separate piece to the cover. But it's whatever your mood, whatever mood you're in, really, isn't it? Okay, so now is starting to page decorate. Oh, when I'm making pages, I always use this. It's a nice quality copy paper. It's heavier than the standard copy paper, and I always use it. And I use it in between flimsier papers, and it just keeps the size right. I add a couple in each signature, and in between I will add finer papers just to give it interest. And I usually cut these to the full size. The heavier paper I'll cut to the full size just to help with the structure, and then anything else can be a different size, which is the way I like to do it. It keeps it interesting. I really would like to find some more new papers. I've had the same sort of papers for a few years now, and I always find them at the op shops or thrift stores. That's where I get the covers from as well. It's the cheapest way to buy them. But it's nice to stumble. Like this was something different that I found at one stage, and it's a sturdier paper. It's always nice to stumble across something that's a little bit different. Now we want to decorate our pages, and I love this rag paper. I just love the feel of it, and I want to use a little bit in my journal just to add a bit of interest to the pages. So I'm going to, I think, rip a few strips off like that, just nice and slim, and even that one. And I think I've got, and I'll just use my scraps for this. There's a little bit there I can use as well with the writing on it. I'll use that. And now where did I put, okay, I think I've got some more scrap pieces, preferably, oh yes I do, with the writing on it. Okay, so I have a couple more pieces offcuts there as well. And they're all from Lavish Laces. Beautiful papers from Lavish Laces. So, and I don't know what the paper says, and it doesn't really worry me. If I don't understand it, it's, you know, it's not affecting me in any way. Somebody might, and I'm quite sure it's not offensive, but if it is, I'll just apologise now. Okay, some nice little pieces. We'll stop there for a while, and all I'm going to do now is glue a few pieces on just randomly. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing in this journal, but it gets you started, and no two journals are ever done the same way. I'll do that way. No two journals are ever done the same way. It just depends on your mood on the day as to what you want to do. And now the cat wants to come out of the other room, so I'm going to have to go let her out and help her so the dog doesn't get her. Oh my goodness, that's Molly. She doesn't take nonsense from him, but he can get a bit rougher with her than with Fifi. So I'm just going to go through and put some on the pages like that. Okay, cat's safe. Dog's got something to chew on. I don't know. Never ends, does it? And you could put it that way as well. That one's a little bit higgledy. Maybe. They don't all have to go the same direction. There we go. Lovely paper. And just every couple of pages I will do that. Like I could put one going up here as well, like that, just to add a bit of interest to that side of the page. We often decorate the top and like that, but you know, you've got to remember the inside of the papers. And doing something little like this just sort of gets you started, because it's the blankness that can stop you from progressing sometimes. Put something here. Like that. That. And then back the other way. Just choose what side you want to use. that. Like that. A little bit there to use. Put that down the bottom there. Try and stay in frame. Or I could do it down here like that. There we go. That. And I don't know, it's quite a big heading, that one, and I don't know what it says, so I'm just going to take that off like that and maybe put that there like that. There we go. And this may not turn out to be completely neutral. I started it as neutral, but I may add some light pastel type of colours to it. I'm not sure yet. Depends what takes my fancy as I go along. So that's the first journal, first signature started. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing for the second and the third. Sometimes what I do, I can change it up, and I might do something for the middle signature. Like I might use a different paper, might skip that one, and then, you know, go on to doing this one in the same print as the first one, and then use a different print on the middle one. That's what I might do, actually. So I'm going to go along and continue this, and then I'll be back. All right, so they are all done now. The middle one, I added tiny bits of ledger scraps that I had as well, along with the same papers that I just added a little bit of the ledger scraps. I have a little bag here that I've put all the little end bits in. It's got bits of ledger because they always come in handy. Now I like to add a bit of machine sewing, but what I'm going to do is get my scrap laces out first, and if I can add a little bit of lace in with my machine sewing at this stage, I will do that. These are the scrap laces that I've got from Lavish Laces. They're too good to throw away, just offcuts of bits and pieces that are really lovely, selvages, just lovely little bits of lace that you can incorporate in your work. And they're already sort of cut to size for you. See, that's really pretty, isn't it? Okay, so here's a piece. This is a longer piece, easy to incorporate into your stitching on the side. Like I can stitch that there if I want to, or just maybe a little bit of it there. Cut kind of at an angle. Don't want everything straight like that. I don't normally keep bits like that, but I'll just show you an example of what I'm going to do. I'll take that out. I'll just put it somewhere like that, and I'll either straight stitch or zigzag it on. But as I go, I'll just put a wrinkle in it every so often, like that, and stitch it on like that. I'll go and do that and show you. Just like that. See how it's got a couple little wrinkles in it? And I'm using this lovely rusty colour thread today. It's got a different colour on the back, but it still goes nicely. And once I've used the thread that's in the spool on the back, I'll change it over, maybe to another colour, I don't know. But it just sort of, you've got a page edge already, and it's just a bit of paper and a scrap of lace, and that's it. You don't have to stitch it on. You can just glue it on if you like. You don't have to do that. And sometimes what I do is I'll do the other side as well. So we've got a bit of paper on this side now. I could just get a different piece of lace and do a similar sort of thing there, just down there. In fact, I think I will. So that's the other side there. And this time, instead of scrunching, I just left it flat. And that's the other side. I don't mind having sewing on that side of the page at all. It's a nice bit of interest. That and that there. And then I'll go and I'll think, okay, well, this doesn't need, it might need some stitching later. But I might come over and do some stitching on this page. I won't do every page. I might skip this page, and then I might just do a little bit of stitching on this page. So I'm going to go ahead through all the signatures now and just add a bit of stitching on the pages. Not on every page. It just helps get you in the rhythm of doing something and continuing, you know, getting things on the pages. Okay, I've added little scraps of lace. For some reason, all the dogs in the street, apart from mine, is barking at the moment. So I've added scraps of lace throughout from my scrap pouch. I did add, I think, where did I add it? This is not a scrap. This is part of the new laces I was sent. I've done that a couple of times throughout. But now what I normally would do is also go along and let's just put some of these scissors back in my thing. Turn my sewing machine off. Now what I would normally go ahead and do is get some scraps. That nice and full now, and just go and put some pieces in. I sort of go and think, well, what would look nice? That's a good piece there, so I can take that one out carefully. That one, maybe that one. No, that's cardboard. There's another one behind it there. Just that. What else have we got in here? Well, I've got them all out. Let's have a look on the other side. I'm after more plain. That one there is good. Oh, it's already out. That's good. And there's another one. Is that out? No. There's also that one. But I like different sizes as well. I'll take that out. What have we got under here? I've got some under here. Larger pieces. That's good, but it's a bit Might be a bit thin for what I'm looking for. That's no. Kind of want that a little bit darker. They're not there. Like this colour's fine, but that's not the size I'm after. And let's just close that up and see what else we've got here. Because I've got that larger one. Larger bundle here as well. Which, okay, here we go. What's that? That side is really good. But also these are great for covering the back of tags and things as well. So just have another look before I take something. There's plenty there. Okay, I'm going to take, where is it? That one there. Is it that one? I think it is. Is that one there? Is that the same? That's the same. Okay, I'm going to take that one. And that should be plenty for what I want. Okay. So now I generally go through, and if I find somewhere I want to put something, I'll look for a different colour. That's the same colour as that, so I don't want that. Would work great on this page here because it shows up. This one is better for this page because it's a different colour. So what I might do is just rip that, and I might just put it there like that because it will make a note of interest on there. You can write a little note and it will stand out. And all you have to do is glue it on. That's all you have to do. So if I just open that up like that, I can get my glue stick, which works fine for this sort of thing, and just glue it on. Not too much there. Okay, just glue it on like that. If you've got lines, try and keep them fairly straight, if you can, which I didn't. Yeah, that's a bit better, I think. Okay, and then I can just fold that. Alright, and that is just a little point of interest, and then I can go through and think, okay, this could do with something on here, and although I couldn't use this strip on the other one, I can use it there because it stands out more there. And I don't have to have it in the centre here or in the centre, although that looks nice there, doesn't it? That does look nice there, so we might just do it. Do we want it there? Like that? Yes, I like it there. It just looks good, so I can just glue it on. And I'm sorry I'm doing the glue like this on these bigger strips. It's just everything's taken over, and this glue can go over the edges if you're not careful. So we'll just do it like that to show you, and then I'll do it a better way when I'm doing them all. Okay. Right. Like that. Okay. You can also have like a bit up the top there. Just make sure I'm not putting them all in the same sort of place. That's on the other side. It could go straight over if I wanted it to. Let's try and do this a little bit better. I don't want it on here, that's the thing. Hang on. Oh, must have used it. Oh no, we've got a bit here. A little bit left. I do tend to keep these wax papers sometimes, just so you can use them underneath. Okay, so it can go like that. And then over like that. So it's like that on that side and like that on that side. Okay, and I'm just going to go through all the signatures and just add things where I feel it would look nice. That one's already done there because I put it on before. Some of them will be, like that one there. But I might want something here as well. So I'll just have a look for something that's a bit of a different colour. And I don't mind the ripped edges at all for this. Like I might just want that there in that corner. So I will do that. Or use the other side with the, which might be nice. I think I will do that. Use the one with the lines on it. Like that. There. And it just gives you a nice little area to put something special that you want to stand out at you. So, like I said, I'll go through those other two signatures and do the same sort of thing. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. It may be too long. I may have already split it in half. I might make the cover one video, the signatures another, whatever. I'm sure. I don't know yet. Depends how long it is. If it's too long, they seem to be getting longer these days. It's not always a good thing. I'll just give you a quick flip through of where we're at now so you can see the addition of these and the stitching and the scraps of lace. Like there's going to be little tuck spots and they'll be decorated differently. So, but I'm quite pleased with the way it's looking. Plenty of room to add more things, tuck spots, and decorations. Great way of using up your scraps and also using new things. I didn't stitch lace onto all the bits of paper. I'll leave it, you know, in case I want to do something else further down the line. But I think it's looking quite nice. And like I said, it's neutral now, but I can quite easily add colour if I want to. There's another pocket there. And then onto the third signature. I do like lots of writing space or just a lot of, you know, blanks. They won't be this blank, of course, but I do like lots of writing space in my journals because I like to draw, I like to write and do all that sort of thing. So I make my journals the way I would want to use them, and if other people like them, that's good. So there we go. And that, of course, is the back of the cover there with a pocket in the top there, and that's the front of the journal so far with a pocket in there as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.